So in just about a week, my husband and I are going to be going to a friend's wedding in Philadelphia, and this is actually our first child-free trip since having our third. So I'm very excited. Since I don't do a ton of traveling, I thought that this would be as good a time as any to try out that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 packing method. I'm sure you guys have already heard of it, but essentially it's a guideline where you pack certain numbers of each type of item just so that you don't overpack, which is something that I often tend to do. As far as I understand the structure, it's 5 tops, 4 bottoms, 3 layers, 2 shoes, and 1 extra. I might need to make some changes, especially to the 3 layers part, because the weather isn't going to require that I have layers. And I'm also going to need more dresses because of the wedding festivities. So I'm going to switch that around a little bit. But let's go ahead and start with the tops. I did not put this in the right order. The tops are on the bottom. Okay, so the first top that I'm going to be bringing is this red cotton knit. The weather is going to be vacillating between 73 to like 82-ish. So I know on some days I'll be able to dress a little bit heavier, and on other days I'll definitely have to focus on lightweight materials and things like that. So I feel like this is a good contender for those hotter days. It provides so much space under the arm, which is important if you are sweating, but I also feel kind of put together when I'm wearing it, so it wouldn't be inappropriate for some of the wedding activities that we're doing. Also, we are going to spend an extra day in our college town on the drive home. We are driving to Philadelphia. Did I mention that? It's going to be a long drive. So we're going to spend an extra day in our college town on the drive home in order to kind of break up the trip, and I think that I could easily reach for this for that occasion as well. The next top that I'm thinking of packing is just this simple white t-shirt. It is kind of a cropped silhouette, at least on me. It hits right at the waistline of my jeans, so you kind of get that tucked in effect without it actually being tucked in. And I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's a white t-shirt. It goes with everything. It's something I would definitely like to have. I'm also thinking about packing this white blouse. It's kind of got this puff sleeve detail, which is really sweet. I would probably be more likely to reach for this one when we're in our college town versus during the wedding weekend, just because I don't know how my friend feels about being the only one who's wearing white. I know everyone kind of has different preferences about that, but I don't want to show up wearing an entirely white outfit or something like that. So I probably will be more likely to reach for this once we are on our lonesome, or at least not when I'm attending one of the official wedding events. I still think that there will be enough opportunities though for me to get some wear out of this on the trip. I don't think I mentioned, but we leave on a Friday and we get back on a Tuesday. So it's 4 nights overall. And then the fourth top that I'm thinking of bringing is this green crop. It is quite cropped on me, but there's a particular pair of pants that I'm thinking of pairing with it. So I do want to bring it. And then last but not least for tops is this dark navy linen button-up. We are invited to a dinner the night before the wedding, and then there's like drinks to follow, but they said that the dress code is casual. So I'm thinking maybe this tucked into a pair of jeans with my loafers, something like that. I think because of the color, I still feel like it adds a little bit of fanciness, and the loafer is a slightly fancier shoe, but overall it's nothing over the top and would match the dress code. Now moving on to bottoms. I've got my gingham linen pants here. I feel like these might be a really nice thing to wear on the drive. I want to have at least one comfortable pair of pants that I could wear while we're driving because it is so long, but I also wouldn't mind having them on the rest of the days. So it's not like it's a pair of sweats that then I wouldn't be able to reach for anything else. I could easily see myself wearing this throughout the entire trip, so I feel like they're a good thing to bring. The next bottom that I'm going to pack is just a straight leg light wash pair of denim. This wash is my favorite of all the washes. I know that it will go with all of the tops that I'm bringing. And again, depending on how many of the events are indoors, I could see myself reaching or needing a pair of pants a good amount of the time. And also because these have a little bit of elastane in them, they are not so intolerably uncomfortable that I couldn't wear them on the drive as well. I probably would choose my linen pants over these ones, but if push came to shove, it's nice to have a second option for the drive. Next bottom is my pair of cream overalls. I asked you guys in a previous video whether you thought overalls were a one-piece item that would go with dresses or if they would be considered a bottom. And someone commented that if you pair it with a shirt, then they consider it a bottom. So they would consider overalls a bottom. And I like that logic. I understand it. So I'm gonna go with that for this packing situation. My off-white overalls are a bottom. I need one more bottom. I forgot to grab it. For my last pair of bottoms, I think I'm going to bring a pair of denim shorts. Even though it is a wedding weekend and so it's slightly less casual overall, because of the weather, I think I might regret not having a pair of shorts. So I'm going to pack these ones as well. That's 4 bottoms. That's all of my bottoms. And then now to the final 3 categories. Technically, the method says 3 layers, 2 pairs of shoes, and then 1 extra, which what is an extra exactly? Is it like choose your own adventure? I don't know what I'm going to end up putting in that category. But I think I am going to do a little swap around, and for the 3, I'm going to bring 3 pairs of shoes. The first pair are my slides. These are a very comfortable option for me, and I want to have at least 1 pair of shoes that is very comfortable. Actually, in general, I prefer not to wear shoes that are uncomfortable in any scenario, but especially when you're driving, I don't know, it's nice to have something that's a little easy to slip on and off, and again, just very comfortable. Then we have the shoes that I'm going to be wearing to the wedding. These are just a pair of white mesh Mary Janes. I went back and forth between wearing my clogs and wearing these, but I just feel like I'm going to want to dance and move around. Whoa, sometimes you get a good feeling. Yeah. I better stop singing just in case of copyright. Am I right? And the heel on the clog and the heaviness of the wooden heel just might prevent that kind of movement, if you know what I mean. Hitting up the dance floor, breaking it down. I bet you can guess based off that description what my dance moves are like. Very dad at prom. And I like it that way. So these are the wedding shoes. And then last but not least are my T-strap loafers. These ones are also something that I could technically wear to the wedding. It kind of depends how I feel on the day. We'll just have to see. But I also know that they'll be an easy reach for me for some of the outfits that I'm kind of thinking about. And they're going to add that slightly less casual element that I might want when I'm celebrating a friend's wedding. Okay, and then for the 2 category, I'm going to bring 2 dresses. This is the dress that I'm going to be wearing to the wedding. Originally, I was thinking about wearing this other floral dress that I have, but it's a slightly more body-hugging slip dress style. And after I checked my Cycle app and saw that I'm going to be in the week leading up to my period over those days that we're traveling, I knew that that was not going to be a good option for me. For one, in the week leading up to my period, I am much more bloated than other times of the month. And also, I just don't feel as good about my body. I don't feel as body confident. It's not like the way that my body is changes that drastically throughout the month, but I do think that hormonally body confidence goes way, way down in that week. And I just want to be sensitive to where I might be at and what I might be feeling. So I think that this style of dress, where it kind of cinches at the small of my waist and then goes straight out, will provide that little bit of protection and ease and comfort while still making me feel pretty and wedding celebration appropriate. So I feel like this is going to be a better choice. The last thing that I want to do is get dressed for a close friend's wedding and then just be thinking about my outfit the whole night, or feeling uncomfortable in my body, or feeling uncomfortable with the way that things are hugging my stomach or my hips. I just don't want to do that. I'd rather choose intentionally and not really have to think about myself at all, especially on that day. And then I'm going to bring one more dress. It's this blue shirred one. I know that I feel really good in this color and in this style of dress. And there is a brunch on Sunday as well as the dinner that I talked about the night before, which I could also reach for a dress if I was wanting to. It's 100% cotton, so it's kind of a little bit more casual. I guess technically the red dress is 100% cotton as well, but something about the structure of that one feels more wedding appropriate. Though I guess if I brought the steamer, I could also wear this to the wedding as well. I don't think that it is a black tie affair. I think they said spring cocktail, something like that. But I'd like to bring one more dress just in case. And then last but not least, for my extra, I guess I'm just gonna bring my leather purse. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna bring my leather one over my crossbody bagoo just because I feel like it would be appropriate for all of the wedding festivities as well as just daily outings. It's not so fancy that I would feel strange carrying it out to get bagels, which is the test of a good purse. Okay, so that is everything that I'm going to be packing, and I'm feeling good about my picks. I feel like because it's only 4 nights, I am heavily covered here. I have way more than 4 or 5 outfit options, which is good because I will be changing some for wedding events. I'm doing my friend's makeup, so I'm going to need to have something to wear to go do that before I come back to change for the wedding. I'm going to need a little bit of variety, and I think that I have that here without overpacking. If you've tried this method before, or you have some other genius way of packing the perfect amount, drop your wisdom down below. Please, for all of us mortals, we need it. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. You get a feeling that I never had before. Oh no, I get a good feeling, yeah.